What's happening with you? YouTube in the building. It's your man, aka Mr. Make You Smile, aka the Happy Hatter, aka Gypsy Hustle, better known as or as known as your man Chucky B in the building. Chucky Brown here. Listen, got a lot to talk about. It's been a week. Like I said, I've been tied up doing the coaching thing. So I try to dip in here whenever I can, all right? So I got my New York Giants hat, old school hat on, so that's why I'm called the Happy Hatter, not the Mad Hatter, the Happy Hatter, all right? So check it out. We're going to start off talking about this right here. Okay, this load management thing is a hot topic. Hot topic, the load management in the NBA, all right? Now, my personal opinion on it, load management, come on, man. You dudes making all this money now. Look, I came from the era when, and I'm not trying to compare eras. I love what these young cats are doing. I think they're athletically gifted, but there are guys that have paved the way for you. Like there were guys that have paved the way for me. So now I'm gonna give you a little story. Okay, I was playing with the Los Angeles Lakers, 1992. All right, James Worthy, big game James. So James was having some knee problems later in his career. He was like in his 11th, 12th year, something like that. I was in my third year. So whenever Worthy was out, I got more minutes. I played behind him. So whenever he was out, I got more time. So, back then we would play 4 games in 5 nights sometimes. And then back then also, like every team did not charter flights. So you had sometimes to fly on the day of the game. You get up 6, 7, whatever in the morning, get to that city and have to play that night. This is the NBA, what it used to be. You understand what I'm saying? And guys didn't have load management. So the load management thing I'm not feeling. But let me continue with the story. Okay, so back-to-back nights, James might not play. He would pick the game that I believe he would pick the game that he would play on. Like say, for example, we were playing Portland and we were playing Seattle. All right, James would get to pick. Okay, which game you gonna play in? Okay, so I think I'll play this first night of the back to back and not play the second night, or I won't play the first night and play the second night. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa, whatever. However you want to say it. So we understood that as players. He was having knee problems. He was up in years. The NBA is not an easy thing to do. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. But there was no load management. I don't ever recall, Michael Jordan is, of course, by some considered to be the GOAT. I say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the GOAT. That's my GOAT. Jordan, I don't argue with you because Jordan definitely deserves that respect. Michael Jordan never took load management off. You understand what I'm saying? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I don't remember ever taking load management or whatever this is. So I'm not feeling the load management thing, all right? So we'll go to the next thing, all right? Load management. Hey, if you got a comment, drop it, all right? Next thing. What's up with this? And we're going to stay with the NBA. What's up with this NBA challenge thing, man? There is a certain amount of human error in the game, but it all evens out. It all evens out. The referees make bad calls on both sides. I'm not one for the referees, but I officiate sometimes. I officiate rec league games and adult league games, and I'm not out there cheating for nobody, but sometimes I may make a bad call. You know what I'm saying? I know it, but I got to keep selling it. So the referees got to do that. You got to sell it. All right, damn, I missed that one. You know what I'm saying? Or I shouldn't have called that one, but it evens out on both sides. You do it on both sides. All right. So this thing with the challenge, I'm not feeling that either. This ain't football. You know what I'm saying? Football, they need it. They definitely need it in football because the Rams game with the Saints last year showed you that, because the Saints should have been in the Super Bowl last year, because that would have been a pass interference call. They would have got the first down and they would have been able to end the game. I think by field goal. I think they were down at the time, but that got the Rams the ball back and they were able to kill the clock because they did not make that call. Now, I don't understand how the Canadian Football League is able to get this stuff right. But the NFL is supposed to be the greatest league of all, is not able to get this thing right. Come on, man. So the NBA challenge thing, I'm not feeling it. It's really not something that I like in the NBA at all. But who am I? All right. The next thing we're gonna talk about. I don't know if you've seen Redskins Offensive lineman Trent Williams has been out, failed a physical. He had like a lump or something on his head or something where he had some other doctors check it out and came to find out it was something that the Washington Redskins doctors wasn't telling him. And he came out publicly with it. Where's this story? Nobody's talking about this though. You know what I'm saying? Look, I can tell you this. If you're a professional athlete and you mean a lot to the franchise making money or what have you, and there's something that goes wrong and they're trying to rush you out on the field, rush you out on the court, rush you out on the ice, or whatever it is, you should always get a second opinion. Always get a second opinion because those doctors work in the best interest of the team. Not your best interest, no. The best interest of the team. So Trent Williams had a lot to say about that. And yo, you get a chance, check that story out. You know, he had he was not happy with the Redskins doctors. You know what I'm saying? And the Redskins season has been horrible this year, so that definitely doesn't help. All right, next thing. This story has been a while, but like I said, I've been in and out, so I pick what I want to talk about. I want to talk about this right here because I said something about it when it happened last year, when the joint went down. So KD was talking about why he left Golden State, right? And he said a comment that the Draymond Green spat had something to do with it. All right, I remember that. So I think they were playing in Chicago, and they got into it on the bench, and Draymond said something like, we don't need you, we won without you. He said that. So when that was said, I said at that time, I was like, yo, KD is out. Number one, here's the first reason I say he's out. Number one, I like Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant is a sensitive guy. And Kevin Durant is a guy who's not going to forget. Like, for example, he gets into it with kids on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? That right there lets you know, like, yo, he might be a petty dude. You know what I'm saying? So, the Draymond Green thing shouldn't have happened, but as professionals, they went out, won games, forgot about it. But KD had it in the back of his head, like, all right, cool. Y'all won without me? We gonna see. So, and then the thing that didn't help was with the doctors when he went out there to play and, he thought it was a calf and it was his Achilles. That didn't help the situation. But KD left, a big part was because he got into that spat with Draymond Green. I said that when it happened. And like I said, KD is a sensitive guy. He's not going to let a lot of stuff go. So if he's mad at you, you going to know it. All right? You going to know it. All right, next thing. Congratulations to the Washington Nationals for winning the World Series. I predicted, now go back and look. I called the Nationals in 6. I said the Nationals would win in 6. I said they were a team of destiny. They ended up winning in 7 games. They won every road game. You know what I'm saying? They won every road game. Reminded me of a situation when I played in Houston. We played the Spurs in the Western Conference Finals. And first 2 games were on the road. We won those 2 games, all right? So we going back home up, 2-0. So we like, yeah, we good. We about to take these chumps out. So they had home court advantage. So they won the next 2 at our spot. So now it's 2-2 going game 5 back in San Antonio. Now we're a little concerned now. You know what I'm saying? So, but we're like, all right, cool. We go there and we win game 5. So now we're coming back to the crib up 3-2. But we ended up winning at home. But we won every road game that we had to play. We won the game 7 in Phoenix, which meant something. We had lost to Phoenix the first 2 at their spot. But we won game 7, which meant, go home, win or go home. We won that game 7 in Phoenix on the road. And back when it was 5-game series, the first round used to be 5 games in the NBA. Now it's 7. But we won game 5 against Utah, which was the deciding game also. But the Nationals, I predicted, would win the World Series. They did. Sean Doolittle said that he would not attend the White House, after winning, simply because he can't stand the divisive rhetoric of Donald Trump, and that he does a lot of work with immigrants, which Donald Trump has been attacking immigrants. And Sean Doolittle was like, man, I'm not doing it. So kudos to Sean Doolittle for that. He's a Washington Nationals pitcher. So kudos to him for, not accepting that, because at some point this nation has to stand up. You know what I'm saying? I think that, we can't blame Donald Trump for the racist rhetoric that's been going on. I think Donald Trump has just exposed what a lot of Americans have been feeling. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of Americans have been feeling like that. So there you have it. Now they're letting it go. They're letting it go. So it is what it is. Now let's get to my Dan Le Batard portion of my show that I like to do, which is something usually political for anyone who's just watching. Something political, because they don't like to talk about political stuff. And I call it the Dan Le Batard portion because Dan Le Batard had to sit out a day because he went on the Trump rant. So I can go on whatever rant I want to go on because this is my joint right here. You know what I'm saying? ESPN, you ain't got nothing to do with this. But anyway, Donald Trump called a military veteran human scum because he decided to testify against testify against him in this Ukraine thing where Trump was withholding the money for dirt on Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. Okay, first things first. Donald Trump to call somebody human scum? Are you serious? This dude right here represented the country, went to war, did not say something was wrong with his feet, his shin splints, whatever it is Donald Trump did. This guy went to war. He has shrapnel or whatever it's called in his body now from getting shot or getting shot at. So Donald Trump calls him human scum when you are the one out here always name calling somebody, always calling somebody a name. But then when somebody, goes back at you, now you feel like you're being attacked. You know what I'm saying? So the real human scum, Donald J. Trump. You are the real human. You are the real human scum to call that man who fought for this country. I can tell you, I'm not going out here to fight for this country. No, why would I? Why would I? You know what I'm saying? My father was a World War II veteran. He was in the military. When he passed away, the Navy took care of the funeral services and everything. I got one of those triangular flags at my mom's house. Thank you for his service, but thank that man for his service, because Donald Trump, you're not going out there to do so. You respect what that man has done. And the funny thing to me is that the Republicans have decided to attack this man. They have not decided to attack the lies or question the lies of Donald Trump. They have decided to attack, the process of investigating him. You know what I'm saying? So it really don't make any sense, man. They're looking for reasons to defend this guy. They've sold his souls to the devil. Robert Barr has sold his soul to the devil. Also, Jeff Sessions now is running an ad where he wants to praise Donald Trump after Donald Trump called him all these names, belittled him. So, it's really, this country's a mess right now. So yeah, the United States is a great place to live, but this is a crazy place to live too. This is a crazy place to live too. All right. So yeah, that's it for me. Stated my opinion on this stuff, man. So you got to comment, drop that joint. You got to dislike, like, whatever, do that. We can go back and forth in the comments. It don't matter. I think I'm going to start dropping this on Facebook though, because I do a Facebook Live and I don't get a chance to talk to my people enough. And so I'm going to drop it so they can watch this and maybe drop some comments, let me know what I could do better or whatever. But anyway, it's your man, the Happy Hatter, a.k.a. Gypsy Hustle, a.k.a. Mr. Make You Smile, none other than the man, Chucky Brown. I'm signing out. So, hey, everybody have a beautiful day, beautiful week, beautiful month. Remember, make somebody smile. You never know what it may mean to them, all right? We are living in some tough times. Life is not easy. You know what I'm saying? So make somebody smile. Do your thing, all right? Be blessed. Take care. I'm out. Peace.